Goodness. So I'm sorry, I don't really remember where I got cut off, but I guess the most important thing, we're kind of talking about recruiting here, is just staying authentic to yourself and not selling the opportunity. It's really it's not to me, at least, I don't see it as a cookie cutter system. I don't really have like a script that I use, or a step-by-step recruiting process. So I'm sorry, that probably would be really helpful if I did, but that's just not what has worked for me. What I found is, first of all, not being pushy at all. Even on those months where you're like, oh, I really could use another coach. Not pushing, because people feel that. I mean, you feel that, when somebody is trying to kind of BS their way in. So definitely not selling the opportunity, and getting out of your own way. I mean, how often are we just scared to even ask somebody, because we're afraid of being judged, or that they're not, that they're going to be annoyed or inconvenienced, when really they might be waiting for you to ask. I mean, there's so many people out there that are waiting for an opportunity like this, and they just don't know how to find it, or where it is, or like me, for example, I really didn't even know what it was or understand. So they're there, and you really just have to kind of leap out of that comfort zone and put yourself out there and ask. And a no is, it sucks to get a no, but two things. This is what I tell my team. A no just means not right now, right? Doesn't mean no forever. Just means not right now. And secondly, don't internalize it. It's so easy to take that no and make yourself feel like, to question how you went about it, or maybe if I had said this, or if I hadn't said this, or my timing was wrong. You know what? That no is about them. They're not ready. Or maybe they need to do some research on their own, and they'll come back. But that no is about them. And so don't let that slow you down. Don't let that slow you down. And I try and also remember that they have the same fears that we do. They just come from a different place. I mean, how many times have you asked a challenger that's like a rock star in your challenge group, and you just know what a great coach they would be, and they say, oh, I'm not there yet physically. Like, I feel like I'm not in good enough shape to be a coach. Or, I don't know. I don't think people would want to work with me because I'm not fit yet, So they have those same insecurities and same fears. So it's really just kind of finding that middle ground and connecting with the person one-on-one and learning about them. We talk about form, family, occupation, relationship, message, right? That's a great system. And for coaches who like having a very specific outline of how they want to recruit, that is a great platform to follow. I want you to really, really focus on the message part, though, because a lot of times we talk about the family, and then we talk about, like, well, what do you do? What do you not like about what you do? Or, what would you do if you could be, how would it feel if you could be home with your kids? Or if you didn't have to work that, 9 to 5, or if you didn't have to drive all the way to downtown to, sit at a desk all day. And then we jump right to kind of closing the deal. Well, you should be a coach. I encourage you to really focus on the message part of that. Message. And then when you only feel like they truly grasp what you're offering them, at that point, you can go in and really ask for the business, or ask for the opportunity for them to join, your team as a coach. And that makes me think that of something else. Like what we're doing is we're not inconveniencing people by asking them. And this is an incredible opportunity for people. It really is. This is a company that we can stand behind 100%. They're not putting crap in the product. They're bringing on the absolute best, top-notch trainers possible. I mean, it is an elite fitness corporation that you can get behind and proudly represent. So if anything, you're offering someone a gift when you share the opportunity with them. You're really offering them a pretty incredible chance to change their lives and create a future for themselves that probably wasn't necessarily there before. And what else? I'm trying to think if there was any. I guess that's really it. I asked my team earlier because, I know what I do and how I approach people, but I wanted to ask them directly in their, what was it that I said to you that was kind of your aha moment? Like when I was, encouraging you to coach, what was it that flipped the switch? And this, it's the same thing over and over and over and over. You believed in me. You didn't push me. I didn't feel like you were forcing me into anything. You told me you were scared too. I loved that. I thought that was great because that was somebody that was really, really scared to put themselves out there. And I just said, girl, I'm scared too. I'm scared all the time about putting myself out there. If you're not scared, if you're not nervous, if you're not uncomfortable, you need to be. That's life. That's how we know that we're growing and challenging ourselves. And a couple people said that they, the words, I will see you through, or, I won't leave you alone. You won't be alone with this. That's something that I really try and drive into my coach prospects is I will see you through. I will see you through. You're not going to be left alone with this. All right. Do you have any questions for me? Is everybody muted? You're all muted.
I have a question. Are most of your coaches, since we're focusing a little bit on recruiting tonight, are most of your coach prospects challengers in your groups, or are they people who you just think would be really great at this gig?
I would say most of them come from challenge groups. Yes. But you want to know something cool? I have a coach that's, she'll be a diamond on Thursday, but my first diamond coach was a lead. Yeah. I can't hear you guys, but I can see you.
Oh, that's awesome. Did she respond back to you ever, like when you reached out to her as a lead?
Yeah, it was funny. I sent her the kind of generic, that's something that I do have a kind of a scripted email for my leads. Sure we all do, and I'll tweak it a little bit based on where they're from or what program they're doing. And she's in San Antonio, so I made a comment like, oh, you're just down the road from me. And I think she was doing P90X, which is the program I started with years and years ago from Beachbody. So, the girl picked up the phone and called me. You should have seen, my jaw was on the floor that a lead actually called me.
You're like, shit.
And, yeah.
I didn't talk to this chick now.
I think I've been coaching for, let's see, her 1 year will be in June. Yeah. Her 1 year was in June, excuse me. So I had been coaching for maybe a month. Maybe. And yeah, she just went all in, and she actually she's I call her my partner. She's like my business partner. You know, we really do. We work really well together, and she's been a huge blessing. But yeah, she was a lead. Otherwise, though, yes, the majority of my coaches are people that were in my challenge groups. Yes, it's a good question.
Other questions, ladies? Don't be shy. Pick her brain.
Thank you so much for being on the call tonight. So I have reached out to a number of people, cold people. Mm-hmm. And I'm just wondering, what is your approach with cold, like reaching out to your cold market?
So these are people that you don't have a relationship with. These are maybe contacts that you've added in via Facebook.
Well, yeah, or people that I just know in a roundabout way. I'm in fitness. I teach fitness classes, so I know that they might just come to my classes and they seem like they're very fit and interested in fitness. So I've reached out to a number of these folks, and I've had a little bit of success, but not much. I'm wondering what your approach has been.
Well, I would encourage you, Rachel, to really focus on building the relationship with them. And as excited as we are about asking them to be coaches, because we know how amazing they would be at it, we have to remember that they're not that excited yet because they don't know what it is. And so, moving slowly and creating a relationship, whether that be, you don't have to become best friends, but find a connection. This is someone that what fitness format do you teach?
I teach boot camp, Tabata.
Okay, so it's a mom that comes to your boot camp. Mm-hmm. Connect with her, like, hey, you're just really inspiring to me that as a mom you make time for this, and you're committed to your workout. You never miss a workout. Like, tell me how do you do that? What drives you to do that? Give her an opportunity to kind of share that with you, and use that as a launching point.
Okay. Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Nikki, do you do the monthly coach open houses or coach sneak peek?
I don't, Nicole. It's I have some coaches that wish I would, because they want to do it. They want that to be that's something that they feel is important. And I've told them, I'll do that for you. In my experience, it has not been successful. More than likely, that's because I'm probably not very good at it. I'm very good at connecting one-on-one, and so I have to do that. I have to do what works. And so any coach opportunity call or sneak peeks, or I take that back. There have been times that I have put someone into the team page, and I'll say, like, oh, hey guys, Eric's in here checking it out, so everybody behave. He just kind of wants to see like what the vibe is and see how we do things. But that's it. Like, there is no series of videos that he watches or anything like that. He simply kind of gets to see how we interact as a team on our family page. But that's about as systematic as I get with that.
No, that's just fine. I found that I get a lot of people interested in when we do them, but then most people that actually want to do something with the business, for example, I don't think Tracy sat in a coach open house, and a lot of people that do want to do something haven't joined through a coach open house. Like, they just decided they wanted to do it and participated in a challenge group. So I was just wondering your take on it. So,
I think it's an awesome way to expose people to the business and answer questions. The one that Melissa did, I thought was really well run. You know, she was very natural. I don't know if any of you saw that, but she did a 5-day kind of sneak peek where she made videos, and they were very, very casual, like just her in her gym clothes sitting in her office, you know, drinking coffee and kind of talking about a specific subject. And I thought it was really, really well done. But again, I put several coach prospects in that, and none of them have committed yet. In my opinion, and again, this is just based on what has worked for me. I believe that sometimes those blanket opportunities make people feel more like a number than someone that you really see as an individual. You know, someone that, you know, you want to make them feel like you are reaching out to them because you see their potential specifically because of X, Y, and Z. And these are the reasons that you see them as being an amazing coach, because of the things that they posted in the challenge group, or you know, the way that they've been committed to a particular program, or their interaction with you, you know, and just private messaging and just kind of sharing their journey.
I like to think that, you know, what you usually like, or what the people that you like too. Like, I like doing the coach open house because it is a lot of good information, but if I were to be thrown into it, it'd be way too overwhelming for me. I would like get out. Like when I first started and we did like larger groups, like we even have a coach group doing size, and there's so many people in there. I'm like, that's too much for me.
Yeah.
I shy out. So I have to think about how I want to do it. Most of the people that I have joined actually have done it through private messaging, or I'll send an email, or I'll have a phone call with them, or like a chat. I've been doing more phone calls lately, which take time, and a lot of the ones that have been longer phone calls haven't committed. So it's a natural process.
Yeah. It goes back to what works for you and what you're comfortable with.
Do you run? Oh, unless someone else is going to go. Go ahead, Jess.
No, you go. You're good.
Oh, I was going to ask, do you do a lot of your own ads too? Like Melissa and Amanda and all of them do, to get challengers in that?
Yes, I do. Am I posting ads about specific challenge groups?
Yeah, like on your like page.
Mm-hmm. On my like page, yes. I've really tried to start separating my personal page from my like page, and I feel like people don't see it. It drives me crazy because I feel like people just don't see it as much on my page. But again, for me, I found that really reaching out one-on-one, and it's interesting, the advertisements that I have done, or the promotional posts that I have done that are directly put Beachbody in your face. Like it's a picture of, you know, Charlene Johnson, or it says 21-day fix, or, you know, if there's something about it, I don't get the same response as I do putting up like a before and after of me and just sharing my story, or maybe putting up a recipe and saying like, you know, this is something that I would have never done before, but now that we're a gluten-free, dairy-free family, and, you know, so on and so forth, like that brings people in, and they want to know more about eating healthy, or, excuse me, you know, incorporating fitness into their life.
Thank you.
I don't know about y'all, but whenever I do like the stupid boosts on Facebook, I get the most random people. Do y'all do that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's silly. Like, somebody in some of the places that like my posts are not going to be doing 21-day fix. You know what I mean? Like, they're just not.
Or the swear words in there.
Matt, come here. Come back. Hey, Matt's going to get embarrassed.
Hi.
does not like to be on live calls. That was embarrassing.
Jess, did you have your question?
Well, first of all, I want to know if Sarah will send her laundry folder my way. Look at her in the background. Have you guys been seeing her? It is too cute. On average, Nikki, how many people would you say you're inviting a day? Either to coaching or to the business, I guess that's the same thing. Coaching / business opportunity, or just to your challenge groups?
I'm inviting at least 15 to 20 a day to my challenge groups. And that is not saying, hi, will you be in my challenge group? That's,
Relationship.
yes. Now, there's days where that, like today's a great example. I was pretty much gone from my house all day being a mom. And then I taught class tonight. So there wasn't a lot of time for me to be on my laptop. So I really didn't reach out to that many people today. But again, we have to give ourselves grace with this because, it's just life. It's just life. But yeah, 15 to 20 a day. And as far as the business side, it's hard for me to give a number on that. Melissa would probably shoot me for saying that out loud. But again, it just kind of goes back to how I do things. And, for me, I'm just not really inviting people unless I have a good reason to, or I see something in them. And that doesn't happen every day.
Fair enough. Thank you. Who else has a question?
I'll go. So do you do most of your stuff through Facebook, or are you on Instagram or anywhere else with your pictures of your food?
I do a little bit. I mean, I post on Instagram for sure. I don't get much business from Instagram. My followers, like my follower base is growing, but for me, it's been Facebook has been the majority of what's driven my business. Yeah.
And then when you're sending messages out to the 15 or so people you're inviting every day, are you just commenting on how you met them, or how do you usually start the relationship?
It depends. If it's maybe it's somebody that liked a post that isn't a friend of mine, and I'll reach out and say, hey, thanks for the like. It's so, it's really nice to know people actually see this stuff and are reading it. And, that typically strikes up a conversation. Sometimes it's crickets, and they never ever respond to me.
But then they still like and comment on posts.
There's a few people that I have, religiously, like every month I'll check in and say, or not even every month, maybe every 2 months, I'll check in and say, hey, I just wanted you to know, like, I'm starting a new, challenge group. I'd love to have you. And crickets, crickets, crickets. And then suddenly, okay, I'm ready. It could be, I'm in a lot of groups, and that's something that I really encourage you to do. It kind of gets obnoxious because you have to, I don't know, it's just like one more thing to manage. But, there's several groups that I'm involved in that I've made contacts with, like a Gold's Gem challenge group, or does she have sunglasses on? Oh my goodness. What? You are so cute. There's Weight Watchers groups, or, paleo eating groups, or whatever it may be. And you'll see, every now and then somebody will throw up like, okay, I give up. I've been doing spin at my gym 5 days a week for 2 months and nothing's changing. And you have 50,000 people comment on there. Like, well, if you wrap yourself with this, or if you pop this pill, or if you drink this, or, So in those situations, I always send them a message. I don't ever comment on those. But I'll just send a message and say, hey, I bet you are so overwhelmed with information, so I'm not going to even try and add on to that right now. But I just want you to know that I've been in your shoes, and if I can do anything to support you, I'm here. And that's been very successful for me. Excuse me.
So just be you. That's a good
Yeah.
way of doing it too.
Yeah.
I see those little fire sessions, like try this, wrap this, do this, use this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Thank you.
For sure. Oh, great questions.
I see Bridget just typed, other than Facebook, do you get a lot of challengers from your classes or from meeting other moms through your kids, etc.?
I have gotten a lot of business from my classes, and you know what? I never, ever, ever talk about Beachbody, ever. It's completely separate for me. And I've gotten that business because they connect with me on Facebook. We become friends on Facebook. Or, they see me consistently, that vital behavior, be a product of the product. I mean, they see me with that, shake every day after I teach. I have my recovery shake, or I have my Shakeology, or whatever it may be. Now it's that Energize. Oh my gosh, if you have not started drinking the Energize, it's like crack. Amazing.
I have a sample. I should try that.
It is awesome. And let me tell you something. This is a nutritionist in me coming out. Just because I had a conversation with someone, she sent me a label of a product that's the same as two labels. One that's the same as Energize, does the same thing, and one that does the same thing as Hydrate. On the Hydrate label, the top 4 ingredients, which means they're the most prevalent, were all sugar. The first one was fructose. That's corn syrup.
Spark?
Well, it's the same company.
Oh, they have something new?
Rehydrate. It's their Rehydrate. But yeah, the other was the Spark, which has sucralose, which is Splenda. Yeah. Yeah. And so she's sending me this stuff saying like, what do you think? Do you think it's worth me trying the Energize instead of this? And I just said to her, look, I'm never going to tell you my product is better than another one, because I don't know. It may not work for you, like it's Shakeology is not, it's not going to work for everyone. As much as we would like to think it does, it doesn't, And so I said that to her, like, I'm not going to tell you that, oh, well, you should drink this instead. What I am going to tell you is you need to throw that shit away, because that is killing you over time. And, she was like, well, that's why I asked, because I knew you'd be honest with me. I mean, I do. And of course I sent her a picture of the ingredients in Energize and Hydrate. And I was like, I'm just saying, like, that, if you want to compare the two.
Throw that shit away. I like that.
Yeah, sorry. I got
poisoned. I usually drop that bomb.
But yeah, I keep my business separate from my classes, and but I've even had a few coaches sign up from my PIO classes. Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, for sure.
That's a great question. We've got a couple more minutes, so who else has questions?
Thank you all so much for having me on and listening to me.
Oh my gosh, this was such a blessing that you could talk to us. It's just always wonderful to get an outside perspective, and I always am seeing your name for someone who's adding coaches, and I just think that, I know for me, a lot of it's just me getting in my own way. I don't know how many of you guys can relate to that with the adding coaches thing. Like, I'm getting in my own way, and yeah.
You got it. Do most of y'all have an office that you work out of at home? Yeah, raise your hand if you have an office that you work out of. Yeah, okay. So do you have a space in that office that you can, like, put Post-its or put things up. Yeah. So I would encourage you to find a few things that help you remember, whether it's if you tend to get in your own way, like write it on a piece of paper. Get out of your own way, Jessica. Get out of your own way, Rachel. Like put it up there. So in that moment, when you feel it happening, you can go, okay, I remember. I'm going to get out of my own way, Sometimes having it right in front of you, literally like in your face, helps.
I have a simple question, if you don't mind, before we hang up.
Yeah. Sure.
I guess I've heard a few times, like it's kind of a numbers game as far as how many coaches you recruit versus how many are, actively working and are successful. How many coaches do you have in your downline? Like personally sponsored coaches?
Personally sponsored coaches? I have, let's see, that would be a good number for me to just know off the top of my head, right? I probably have close to 30 to 35 personally sponsored coaches in my downline. I have about half of those working the business.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And of the half of those that are working the business, I'd say half of that are actually building a team. But don't build your business off of discount coaches. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think that's my, I have almost 20 coaches, maybe 18, something.
That's right.
But I have a lot of discount coaches.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to focus on people who are
like you.
Yeah.
Discount coaches can be super loyal, and I've had discount coaches since I started that they still, they get their Chico every month, but they do not want crap to do with coaching. They just want their discount.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but then, you do, they do tend to fall off. So you definitely want to make sure you have that good foundation of coaches that are ready to work for you.
Do you treat discount coaches differently when they start off? Do they, do you put them through a Coach Basics training? Do you put them in your groups, or do you have a separate system for discount coaches?
No, that's a really great question too, because that's something that I didn't do I do completely differently now than I did at first. Everybody goes into the team page, whether they're a discount coach or not, they all go into the team page. But that's an important question that has to be asked right from the get-go. What are your intentions? What's your goal with this? Is it going to be a hobby? Is this something that you want to bring you home? Or is this something that you're just going to do because you love the product and you want that discount? And a lot of time, like my coach she'll be a Star Diamond on Thursday. She was a discount coach for 8 months. I asked that girl, I knew she'd be a rock star. I was like, come on, Katie, you got a coach. I'm telling you, you'd be so good at this. No. And then one day being, let's see, she's been working the business for a little over 8 weeks now, and she's going to be a diamond. It's insane. It's insane. And that's so much fun too, when you see that potential in someone and they just keep turning you away, and then they finally do it and they're like, wow, I'm really good at this. But okay, to go back to your question. At first I did treat them all the same. And then I found that I was investing in people that weren't investing in themselves. And time is valuable. And you really have to put your focus on those who are, ready, willing, and able.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I had asked in the GEMS group about personal development books on leadership, and I think you had shared. Did you read the 10 Times Rule? Is that you that recommended that?
Mm-mm.
What one did you?
No.
Entrepreneur Roller Coaster, maybe.
No, the book that I've reread over and over is Success Principles.
Success Principles.
That's an awesome book. Yeah. I really like the,
that one.
Excuse me.
You read that one with me, Nikki.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not you, Nikki. Other Nikki. Nicole. You read Success Principles. It's the chicken soup dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was my first month.
Yeah, you read it with us too, Alyssa. It's great.
I was looking at my bookshelf, but it's on Audible.
Mine's on Audible too.
Audible.
Now, I send my coaches Compound Effect just because I think that's a really easy read and it's very to the point and it really helps you kind of wrap your brain around what we do. But for true, like get your hands dirty, personal development. Yeah, Success Principles for sure has been the one that I've really loved. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. The other one too is Shelly Johnson's 30-Day Push. Have y'all done that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's great. It's a great program. I have a lot of coaches that I'll, refer that to just for goal setting and stuff.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
I like You're a Badass. I think I could listen to that one daily.
That's when it's been on my list. Amanda's been trying to get me to read that. I need that.
Oh, it's awesome. I got it on Audible and I actually bought the book. So yeah. That's good.
You have to read it. You'll love it.
Okay. All right. I just need to get it.
This group here we do a book club every month too. And that's one that we did. Yeah. And it was fabulous.
That's great.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys, for Nikki while we've got her here?
No, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Well, that was really fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Let's give Nikki a round of applause.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yes. Thank you so much. And please let us know, I'll be in touch with you, but anything you need from us at all. This is just such a fabulous group of women and we're just happy to have you join us.
Thank you. Well, I would love to, and I'll reach out to you personally, Jessica, but I'd love to. Our team is, most of my coaches are, we didn't know each other before we started coaching. So we're really trying to build that kind of community. And when y'all posted the pictures from the retreat, that's something that kind of my leaders and I have been talking about putting together. So I'd love to hear more about, just the logistics of that and kind of how you made that happen. Cause that looked like so.
It was really awesome. So I'm happy to connect with you anytime about that. So, and all these ladies were there. It was really fun.
So fun.
So
fun. Okay, so is everybody a Packers fan on this? No,
we got a lot of Minnesota ladies on here too.
Okay. All right.
Are you really a Packers fan?
My husband's family is from Minnesota, so.
Oh, really?
It's beautiful there. We do family reunion there. I love visiting there. It's so nice.
It is really pretty.
Yeah. I almost wore my Aaron Rodgers jersey, but Matt was like, that's too much.
Are you really a Packers fan? I thought you were kidding.
Yeah. No, here, let me show you something. Hold on. And then
we thought you were kidding.
We thought you were kidding.
Hold on a second.
Seahawks. Just kidding. Everyone, when they find out I'm from Washington, when I was traveling, are you a Seahawks fan? I'm like, we don't really watch football. They're like, you are the weird. I'm like, yeah, I am the weird.
Look, this is one of my kids made this for me for Mother's Day.
Shut the front door. You really are a Packers fan.
Yeah. A Packers fan.
How did you become a Packers fan down in Texas? Shouldn't you be all about the Cowboys down there?
No. Brett Favre honestly got me that was kind of why I started watching football. But that was creepy, inappropriate text messaging situation.
Oh yeah. Like the original Brett Favre.
Yeah. But Mason Crosby went to high school with me. He's actually one of my brother's friends. And then I just love Aaron Rodgers and everything that he represents. So yeah, I love him. I love the Packers.
That's too funny. You were destined to speak on this call.
My husband's the biggest Packer fan.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm your new success partner, Nikki.
Bridget! Oh my gosh! I'm the worst success partner ever.
I've been MIA, so don't worry.
Anybody else have trouble balancing everything that they're doing in their lives?
Yes.
Every day.
We all do. It's all good.
My poor husband. He's like, "Are you cooking dinner tonight, or do we like? Should I cook? Are we eating? Do we have groceries?"
Toast.
Like, hold on, I'm on Facebook. I'll be right with you. Yeah,
I get in trouble for that.
I feel you. I feel you. It's a lot to balance.
it is a lot to balance. It is. It is.
What happens when
You're
you're
awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. We really appreciate it, Nikki. And let us know what we can do for you. And just thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys send me any questions you have, or if you want, just reach out. I'm here. Send me a friend request. Let's hook up.
All right. Sounds good. Bye.
Bye,
Hon.
y'all.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Okay, bye.
Bye.